If the song wife is, oh, no, how does he say it? Fried rice. No, green eyes, fried rice. I could cook an egg on you, right? So the green eyes, fried rice is talking about her complexion. So hairstyles like him, a black lady, right? And I can cook an egg on you says that she's beautiful, like hot. I love when singers do that. That's why I kind of beef with the Beehive right now. Yeah, I think he should have won over Beyonce. Beyonce, I can't bump Beyonce nowadays with my daughters and my 4 6 year old because Beyonce, she's feeling the type of way. And good for her. She's earned it. Queen, do whatever it is you want. I just can't rock with it. Now, on top of that, you got Harry Styles on the other side talking about describing this beautiful woman, fried or green eyes, fried rice. I can cook an egg on you. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's all I'm saying. You don't agree? Okay, long live Queen Beyonce. Whatever. All I know is that I just need to be treated like a king around here because you be trying to start the intro and stuff, and I don't even be finishing.
This morning, a violent weather outbreak bringing tornadoes to Florida's Atlantic coast.
Now to that urgent and massive manhunt after that deadly mass shooting near Houston. The youngest victim just 8 years old. Police say the suspect.
International High School of New Orleans is making quite an impression on the college admissions.
Dennis Barnes has gone into 125 colleges and universities. He's also earned millions in scholarships. As for how he did it, well, the teen is very humble and credits hard work and those around.
All right. Welcome back to the Back Gum What the Frap podcast. I am your host, Jay Zilla, and I got two beautiful ladies with me today, even though one's just a picture and a voice, because God is able. You hear me? Go ahead and introduce yourselves, lady. We'll start with you, Miss JP.
Hey, you guys. Like he said, I'm just a voice in a picture today because I am dealing with a migraine, but all is well. God is good. So I am part of Juice Assist. We are excited for Juneteenth. It's coming up very soon. So I'm excited about this interview.
Yeah, me too. Not as excited as I am. Dadgummit. Lady Symone with the fancy backdrop. Got that good wallpaper or paint job or something.
Hey, y'all. So I am also a part of Justices. And what Japera said about Juneteenth, we are excited. It is June 17th. I think that's the day of or right before Father's Day. After. But yeah, we're excited about that. And really, hope y'all come out. We're in Columbia, Tennessee.
Shout out to Milltown, C-Town, Milltown. Was that Mink Slide out there? You know, all the names. You know, black folks love their names. So listen, June 17th. I did not realize, Juneteenth is a Monday this year. The celebration is Saturday. And then in between that is Father's Day?
Yes.
See, we'll start here. Okay. Why do fathers get no love on these holidays? Like, what is going on? Not only do y'all be hiding it from us on the calendar where we can't see and even know to expect something, right? But we get ties and cardboard, paper, mache, something or others. Like, what's going on? What fathers got to do to get some more respect on our day?
I agree with you, Jay Zilla. I agree with you. That sometimes our fathers do get put in the back burner.
Yeah.
And so I totally understand. Because mama just didn't create the babies by herself, so where's the love at? So I don't know what to tell you about you and yours, but I know for me and mine, we're going to switch it up this year for my dad because he is the only parent that I have that is living. So it's a little different now. So we got to truly show dad, like, we do love you. You fuss a lot, but we love you.
Hey, it only takes 140 years later. You know what, producer? Get her off the screen now. You know what? We fuss a lot. That's why she gonna come at this. You done started a war, son. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? This is one of the points of contentions in my house, right? Which is, oh, like, what's the problem? What's you making that face for? Well, you just give these long lectures and you fuss all the time. Why? Why? You think I just really enjoy this? Hey, let me pull you to the side randomly and tell you about, the responsibilities that you're not keeping up with. That gummit. Help me out, Symone. What am I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing? Anybody? Huh?
Did you ask her?
Who?
Who you?
Oh, my daughter or my sons?
Yeah. All
Yeah. And then I get this thing right here. I know because I didn't do that. Yeah. That. This is not an Olympic sport that I'm training for, people. I don't want to talk to you any more than you want me to talk to you. Like, we like being in our own separate spaces. I'm over here doing some baller adult stuff. I ain't got time to be sitting here talking about no daggum sock in the floor 150 times in a row. And on the 151st time, you got some nerve to look. Okay, producer, take me to that gum off the screen. I need a. All right, welcome back. I'm doing better now. Okay, I talked to my therapist / producer over here, and she said, basically, shut the crap up. All right, so ladies, Juneteenth coming up.
Mm-hmm.
How excited are we? What can we expect? Like, can your boy get a free T-shirt?
Oh, most definitely.
Man, so this is the 7th annual, I believe, or 8th? 7th.
7th.
It's the 7th?
Mm-hmm.
When I tell you, like, I didn't even think about Juneteenth at all. I'm sure I briefly got it shouted to me at one of my very Afrocentric brothers and sisters somewhere out on the street. Right? Mm-hmm. It's not something that was really taught to us in school.
No.
It's like a dirty little secret, like, we can leave that part out. They get it. They're free. They get it, right? You need every little detail. Like, they be really trying to play our history. Like, come on, man. You need all the details. Like, yes, I need all the details, man.
Yeah.
So, talk to me a little bit about Juneteenth, the history of it, the festival. How long have y'all been involved in things of that nature? Miss JP, I feel like you're a vet in the game. We'll start with you.
Oh, I personally did not know about Juneteenth until I want to say maybe a couple of years ago. And it wasn't like I intentionally wasn't trying to figure it out. At that time in my life was happening for me. I was taking care of my parents. So I was laser focused on getting my parents' health better and what they needed. And so I think I came across Jay Lee and Symone, you probably was in the park as well, because you guys started in Fairview Park. And so I was like, oh, Jay Lee, what's going on, girl? She was like, yeah, girl, it's Juneteenth. And I was like, you know what is that about? And it was the program that educated me on what Juneteenth was and how I came to know about Juneteenth. So really, Symone has more insight of Juneteenth than I do, because I started later in the game when it came to Juneteenth and juice because of my situation. But I am excited. It hurt my feelings to know that years later, we going to Texas to let them know, hey, you guys, do you not know you're free? And I was like, oh, wait, what, huh? Like, yeah, you've been free a couple years ago. Like, what? Where you been? Like, that sucks. That they did not know that they were free. And so I am thankful that Juneteenth is now a federal holiday. I I could care less what anybody says that it shouldn't be a holiday. Well, you know what? It's a lot of things that shouldn't be holidays, but they are. So there we have that. But I am super excited. Every year it has gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. And I'm thankful that it is the 7th annual, and I expect a bigger crowd. I expect us to show up and show out. I expect our Father to show up and show out, because we are inviting him into the atmosphere. So we'll all be educated more. I'm excited for the panels, the food. I'm excited to see just a sea of all walks of life coming together to celebrate us and our freedom, just like we celebrate America's freedom on July 4th.
Sorry. The idea, thank you, producer. Shout out to Mason. Thank you, junior producer in the background. The idea that we talk about the 4th of July is when we as a country became free, but not everybody. So it's not till Juneteenth that everybody in the country was free. And how can you say you represent truth, justice, the American way, i.e. freedom, if all of the citizens therein are not free? It just doesn't, it doesn't make a lot of sense, right? So I like some people who are trying to be nice about it, like, hey, let's celebrate both equally. But to be honest, Juneteenth is the Independence Day.
Amen.
Right? So, Symone, how did you even come across like Juneteenth as a holiday? Is this something that, I mean, wherever you're, I almost shouted out where you're from. I don't want to blow your spot up. You know what I mean?
No, I'm right there with you. I didn't know about it before I came down here to the South, because where I am from, it's not a focal point, really. So that was cool, something about history to learn. And of course, maybe we don't get to feel the original, the first organic emotional response to that, like those that thing. But we reap the benefits. And when we come out to Juneteenth, we try to create an environment of community. First of all, in Columbia, basically everybody cousins. So we get together and try to create a place for the youth up to the elderly, and just have that family thing. It's almost like a big family reunion. So I really like celebrating Juneteenth each year.
Right. You know, that's one of those things of like our hometown of Columbia, period. Right. We have there was Mule Fest not too long ago. That's a newer festival. There's of course, like a Mule Day, which is, don't look too close at the history. Just enjoy the funnel cakes and fish sandwiches, right?
Right. Crazy.
Every now and then you just gotta every now and then I'm with our white brethren who's like, you know what? Y'all don't need to know everything, do you? You need all the details, right? But no, like this idea that I think that Columbia is gearing up to do is we don't have to wait for 1 or 2 holidays. Like every month we could do something different. Every other week, every weekend. You know, if the bigger cities do that, and it generates camaraderie, it generates, you see police and firemen and the mayor side by side with his citizens. That generates trust in our authority figures, right? I might run into a teacher, and then this ideal of community. We can find a way to do that, and it helps drive up revenue, which means more taxes, which means teachers, firemen, police officers get paid more. Your streets are taken care of a little bit better. Like I would love to see that really grow, not just Juneteenth, 4th of July, Meal Day, Meal Fest, but beyond, right? Which is why I love talking to Mayor Chaz about he was saying that he's trying to, he's a Swiftie, he called himself. Those daughters of his got him. Okay, he gone, children. He's a Swiftie, which is a Taylor Swift fan. And when she was in town, they were very excited for the concert. And he said he was trying to get her to be a grand marshal of Meal Day next year. Like, people aiming big is something I think we really need, right? So tell me a little bit about the behind the scenes stuff. So the CEO and one of the founders of this Juneteenth event is Jay Lee. Okay, just Jay Lee, like Prince, apparently. Now, they grew up so fast, don't they, JP?
They do.
I remember she had 3 names. Okay, I'm just saying. We're gonna blow her up, but I'm just saying. I remember she had 3 names. Talk to me a little bit about Jay Lee. Symone, we'll start with you. Like, how did you come across Jay Lee, and how did you get involved with this project?
For one, family ties.
Hey.
That's for one. And she just pitched the idea to us. She was going through a period in her life where she was young, but she hadn't found her niche, what she really likes and enjoys. So she was just, trying a lot of different things. Trying to figure out, what do I like? What do I want to do? What am I passionate about? And she came up with, first, I think it was juice. And shared that with me and I think like 4 other ladies. And from there, we came up collectively with different ideas. Juneteenth was one of those. And then over the years, the group has changed. So you probably won't get to see the first original juice crew. But during Juneteenth, we do get they still come out and celebrate with us.
Nice. Well, that is awesome, man. It's always nice to make sure that you still give back, because I'm telling you, this stuff is not for everybody. Like, being on podcasts, like, this is not an easy thing for some people. Like, narcissistic, talkative people like myself, it's like breathing. Okay, breathing. But some people, it's rough, so you kind of go in and out. But as long as everybody's still supporting as a community the events that the people who are still involved put on, it really makes for a really cool thing here. JPZ, how did you meet the the very talented, very famous Jay Lee, and how'd you get involved in Juice?
Me and Jay Lee, we actually went to school together.
SHHS.
You better know it. I think it was our freshman year. Or was it Cox? It was one of them. It was a transitional year. I know that much. And so, and I don't know. We just clicked. We just clicked. She was very different. And it's been that ever since, and even though like we went our separate ways, like she went to Alabama, I went to Chat and stuff, like, life we was taking our own paths, but I truly believe God has always led us back to each other. And it's always the same: mad love, mad respect. And so when I found out that she was, she had Juice, she's got Juneteenth, hence the day that I was in the park. I was at a pivotal point in my life where, okay, what can I do to get back to my community? What can I do to, define myself? Because I'm more than just the help in my family. Like, I need to socialize. I need to get out and do stuff for myself. And that's when she came into play. And so I told her, I said, when my life settles, when I can do things, I would love to become a part of Juice. And that's what it was. So in 2000 and 19, when my mom went home to heaven. That's when I became a part of Juice officially. As she would say, JP, you've always been a part of Juice, but we just gonna make it official now. So that's
That
how I
is
came.
amazing.
Yep. So I've always had the heart and desire to support Jay Lee in her endeavors. I've always had the desire to support the ladies of Juice. And so it's a blessing to be a part of something so big that's bigger than us. Little do we know it's truly bigger than us. And we really reach people in ways that we have no idea that we are reaching them. And it's amazing. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful.
Man, that is dope. Listen, man, this is a great time to take a small commercial break. Let's see, where's it at here? This is what happens when I'm not with my deck. Oh man, getting that charger going. Oh, sorry, technical difficulties. All right, so we're gonna take a quick commercial break. We're gonna come back with a video kind of showcasing a quick history of Juice. That is later, because someone on this show, this podcast right now, just said you probably never see the first episode or anything like that. The internet is funny. Okay, but first we're gonna do this commercial break. We're gonna come back, quick historical video, and then we're gonna take a little dip back into time. Here we go.
I love her so much, but I need time alone to catch up on things.
The nursing home is not an option for me. I just can't leave her.
If you've been struggling to take care of a loved one, Mayberry Senior Services can help. Our day program is a cost-effective alternative to assisted living or in-home care. We provide engaging activities and assistance with trained staff who are dedicated to improving quality of life. Join our Mayberry family. Call to schedule a tour today.
All right. If you're in the Albuquerque, New Mexico area and you need a break, go check out the Mayberry LLC over there, Senior Services. It's basically an adult daycare where they do engaging activities, keep your loved ones safe, and they're going to give you a time to take a nap. Or maybe you want to go see your friend, maybe you want to get a sip of wine, maybe you and your husband just need some time to, know each other. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right. So here's that video, quick historical look back. What is Juneteenth to me? I'd rather just let the video speak for itself. So we're going to just put that there and hit it.
The date, President Abraham Lincoln, with one proclamation, orders and declares that all persons held as slaves shall be free. What that same history book might fail to mention is what happened to these words once they arrived on the shores of Galveston, Texas, more than 2 years after Lincoln wrote them. In the 1860s, word didn't travel like it did now. And in 1865, months after General Robert E. Lee's surrender, word of the end of the Civil War had yet to hit the southern state and its 250,000 slaves. And then came General Gordon Granger's arrival in Galveston, June 19, 1865. And General Order Number 3, all slaves are free. Juneteenth was born. While Juneteenth celebrations continued to varying degrees in the U.S. for decades, it would take until 1980 for Texas to become the first state to declare it a holiday. Today, 47 states recognize it and the District of Columbia, a chapter of our history for far too long left out of the books designed to document it, but no longer. Juneteenth, or as the National Museum of African American History and Culture now calls it, our country's second Independence Day.
All right. So we were talking before the show about the youth of today, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how there seems to be such a bombardment of negative images or explicit images, whatever it may be, right? And I really like y'all's answers, so I'm gonna just open up the floor to talk to me a little bit about what through Juice, right? Not only the podcast, but events, community events like Juneteenth. I'm sure y'all have some other stuff coming down the pipeline there. How do y'all combat negative imaging? So to make sure that these kids today have some alternative to look up to?
Just being mindful of how we speak, how we treat one another, especially when there is an audience. It's important all the time, but what you do in your home when no one's watching, we can't say nothing about. But the moment they see it, the moment it's on display, the moment you are in that fishbowl, everybody sees you. You have made your impression. So it's important to just show those things that we stand for. Like I'm big on respect. Some people are very big on kindness. I feel like they go hand in hand. If we have respect, then I'm probably gonna be kind to you. But if we don't have respect, you're not gonna get no kindness. You may not get unkindness, but you won't get kindness. You'll get shortness and all those other things. So it's just about showing and representing everything you stand for, letting the kids see it, letting elders see it. I think it's in Thessalonians where it says to the young person, it says like don't let your youth or that you're young be a hindrance to you being an example or a leader. Lead in purity, in faith, and something else. But it don't matter, a 5-year-old, a 2-year-old, anybody can show us how to treat each other.
Yes.
Man, see, that is dope. So lead by example, right? Lead by example, which is hard to do. Now you said something interesting, which is, hey, sometimes you get what you give, right? If I don't feel that respect, here are your menu options, right? What if you threw that out and you only had good options, right? Like me and my wife are doing this thing where we're trying to lose some weight, trying to be healthier, because I want to run behind these knuckleheads as long as possible, right? So we were on this program, and they talked a lot about, like, sometimes it's about knowing yourself and your limitations and swapping out some bad options for some good options. Like, for instance, right now I can go in there and get me a triple chocolate muffin, right? Little cookie or something like that. But the trick is to start replacing one grocery item every grocery trip with something more healthy, right? So now all you have to choose from are good things. This is the tactic. Look, my junior producers in the back, I need you to put your earmuffs on, man. We about to tell a secret, okay? Here it is. Sometimes with our kids, to make them feel better about themselves, we give them the choice of what they want to eat. But here's the trick, especially with them knucklehead boys, the 4 and 6. Okay, they're catching on to me because they're built differently. We'll say, okay, do you want some carrots, or would you like an apple for snack? And they're sitting there, me, a 4-year-old emperor. Let's see, what shall I have? You know what? I choose the apple. Meanwhile, like, there's not a third bad option in there, right? So I think with our attitudes and how we go about our life, what happens if we switch out that menu and there are nothing but good options? You know, someone comes at you with attitude, oh, you know, well, hope you have a better day today. Sorry you feel this way. And move on.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah. Okay, Mason, you can take your earmuffs off. See, I can see you in the back room, and I see you take your earmuffs off, which means you were listening. You shouldn't have been able to hear me tell you to take your earmuffs off. See how they do? But yeah, man. So, okay. This right here is so important. Yes?
Yes.
June 17th, 7th annual celebration. I love that Columbia, Tennessee, as humble as it is, was one of the front runners of this event. So before it was a national event, they were celebrating. You know, shouts out to, you know, the Houstons of the world and all these other places that were celebrating it. Before, like, I mean, to just look around and say, this is important to me, and I'm not going to wait for the government to make it official. You know what I mean?
Right.
talk to me about what it is about having a group of ladies like yourselves support each other that causes y'all to be able to be in front of issues like this.
We listen to each other. And we respect each other's views. We might not agree all the time, but we can have that common ground of where we're like, all right, girl, I see where you come from. I might not necessarily agree with it, but I respect you enough to not put you down because of XYZ, right? And I feel like that is what helps us combat these issues, because we show in our public display, like, we can be unified and we can come together and we can enjoy ourselves in a healthy, positive manner, and promote positivity. And so can you too. You can too. So hopefully, my hope and prayer is when we have our events, even outside of Juice events, that somebody, whether it be 1, 2, or 3, or at least just one, is touched by what we are doing, that they hear our message, that they feel the love, and that they feel the unity amongst us women, or amongst those that are there working the event, whether it's our event or somebody else's event, but that they feel it, because I'm not sure where the scripture is, but in our Father's word, he tells us that when we do things out of love, that's an extension of him. And in this broken world that was broken long before there was Jay-Z, before there was Symone, before there was JP, before Ash, before Mason, before anybody else, long before we came, it was already broken. But he said, I need you guys to be in this world because you got something big to offer. And I need you to put that out there. So, so I do take it personal when our youth is targeted, because I see the works. Everybody might not see the works, but I do. And I can do something about it. Positivity will always, always, always defeat negativity.
I love that. Another way of saying it is light will always defeat darkness, right?
Always.
Like this idea. So, okay, I talked to a lady earlier. She was me and Joy Cole, soon to be doing a name change here. We were talking about how things kind of seem counter to each other. And she talked about how there's a scripture, can't remember what it was, but it basically says that, God says, I made good and evil. It's like, you made evil. You know what I mean? And of course, you need more context and all that, but the idea that, like, I made all of this.
He said, I'm a God of war and peace.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So everything has its place, everything has its purpose. So I love the idea that, we could just go, let's protest Coca-Cola because they donate to NRA that does XYZ and all this stuff. But like, the older I get, JP and Symone, I always start to feel a little bit like, what if we all are just a little bit off? All of us.
Yeah.
All of us, just a little bit off, right? If this company over here is trying to make money, and this company over here wants to make sure that they're doing something good for the world, and we, the civilians, need both of those things. Like, I need that company to make money so I can have a job, right? And plus, I like their products, right? But can you also do things to help me as a civilian, right? Not just survive or get by, but to thrive.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I feel like there's a way to do that. I'm trying to figure out like how we can kind of push things like that. And I think you guys are onto something by your positive community outreach. We talked to our junior producer back there who's 10 years old, working things from behind the scenes right now. That's something he's going to take with him and think, oh, okay, some adults do give us a chance.
Yes.
Right? And it's a positive ripple, and then he's going to create other positive ripples and so on and so forth. If we have enough of that, man, we're on to something really special.
Yes.
Speaking of something really special, I told you.
Hello, everyone. Oh, what up? What's up, y'all? Hey, everybody. What up, y'all? What's up, guys? Man, Jew.
Man, talk about a look back.
Look, I got scared. I said, whoa.
Whoa, what's happening? What's happening? See, the internet is a time capsule, ladies.
It is.
And for you kids out there, be careful what you put in that daggum time capsule.
That's right.
Hey, little Mason, I hope you got a pretty clean pass in the background back there. Like, I need you to make sure that time capsule is okay. That government, you try to run for office at 11 years old in your local school, some kid may pull out some kindergarten pictures. Look at him picking his nose, eating his booger. Oh, that's right. Don't vote for the booger eater. Oh no, right? He's in the back. All right, look, man. Listen. Looking back on that, first of all, what was y'all's first thought? Like, wait, hold on now. Who was in Jews? How many of us was it? Like, what was actually going on during that time period, man? Can you, Symone, talk a little bit about that time period and like y'all trying to find your ground, right? As we do a little voiceover and showcase IG account, Juice Assist. So yeah, Symone, tell me a little bit about those Wild Wild West days, man.
When I tell you, wow, trial and error. Trial and error. Total. I feel like so much social anxiety. Like it was like nobody wanted to really be in front of the camera. Any of us. But I mean, we did it. I wouldn't recommend nobody to go watch it.
Oh, but that's okay. We got the new stuff coming. Right? Tell me how excited y'all are about this Juice podcast that is coming soon. A mere weeks away, maybe. TBD. Okay? We'll do it that way. But yeah, man, tell me a little bit about what people can expect from the Juice podcast, Juice Assist podcast.
Individuality. We are unified, but everybody, of course, has their own personality that makes them unique, and you will see that. I'm a big advocate for people being their authentic selves, probably to a point where I'm somewhat of a pain to some people, because they like, you don't want to. Why she get to do this, and why we got to do it? She ain't got to do it. Hold up. I spoke up. I spoke up for what I was comfortable doing and not comfortable doing. And if you didn't want to do it, then you should have said something.
Listen,
if you didn't
I need more of that in my life.
Yeah. I thought you went along with it. I thought you wanted to do it. I'm sorry. If you had been with me, then we could have sat down and talked about it. But it's just speaking up for yourself.
Yeah.
And being okay with people having their own freedom, doing them.
Yes.
And you doing you, as long as there's peace and harmony across the border.
Amen.
That's it. JP, what are you bringing to the dadgum Juice Assist table?
Love.
Love.
Kindness, joy, transparency. Transparency. I feel we don't have enough of that. Transparency. I have worked really hard not to care what somebody think of me and let it affect me. People are going to talk about you, and guess what? Let them talk. Let them talk. So that's what I would like to bring into our new, I'm going to say, the Juice Podcast 2.0.
Hey, I like it.
Juice Assist Podcast 2.0. I feel like our last podcast, they're wonderful, but I feel like this one, we got a new face. I feel like it's going to go above and beyond. We got, we experienced life a little differently in these last couple of years.
Some growth, right?
Yes, some growth. Yes, and we can, I'm excited to tell our viewers about, our setbacks, our comebacks. Like the setups that we don't see as a comeback. Like it's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
Man, I like that. I don't know why. Okay, are y'all familiar with Transformation Church?
Yes.
Yeah.
What is that phrase he uses? Right? He sets you up for something. Like, is that what the phrase comes from? He set you up for a comeback or something?
I don't know.
I got so excited at how you were saying it. I was like, how you like a little dog, like, oh man, I know this one. Like, and then the mic is like, I forgot.
But it's the absolute truth though. Like, if you really just sit back and think about like some of your moments where you like just was down and out, and if you can look back and see where you're at now and how you grew from that down and out moment or season or whatever the case may be to where you're at now, it was like, oh man, that wasn't nothing. Come on, God. You always setting up the devil. Thank you. You always set him up because you know what's better than he know us,
Let me tell you, some of my favorite stories are when people are straight up challenging God, right? To the point, if it's not wrestling.
Quit talking about me, Jeremy.
Right. In the South, we say hit dog always holler, right? But man, I'm telling you, like, I be marching around this house because I always feel like, here's the setup, right? Oh, I feel like God is telling me to do this. And then I do it and it goes terribly wrong. I mean, terribly wrong. It couldn't have gone worse. And I'm just like, I'll be around here knocking over stuff I can afford, like, note cards and stuff, throwing that gun post-its. Where the frap is my burning bush? Will you please just write on stone what the frap you want me to do? Please. Is that too much for the creator of you? I mean, talking cash money noise. Me and God go at it. And sometimes my wife is just like, Lord, please help that man. That's just stage right. We got kids, come on, let's go to the park. Let him burn that borderline blasphemous energy out. Like, we ain't trying to get struck down in the wake of things. Right?
Period.
Like, let me just go on, slide to the side. Look, I ride for my man, not against God. Sorry.
Okay,
Sorry.
I can't do that.
Sorry. No, sir. No, thank you. So, look, people wrestling with God in the Bible, David is after God's own heart and the mistakes that he made, right? You have, people getting drunk when they're supposed to and being disobedient and like, you want me to go where and talk to who? They kill us out there. Nope. Matter of fact, let me get first class cabin in the opposite direction.
Yep, Jonah.
Come on now. So I definitely have these moments. Like, so my question, I guess, is what do y'all do in these moments where you're like, Lord, can a brother get a couple of tablets with some rules? Right? Because I feel like, God is leading me to do this. And I come back in, limping, and I got blood down my face. Like, man, that one got it all.
Like, what happened?
What happened?
Jesus?
Come on, man. And I be watching Netflix, and then it just pop up and just, Jeremy, get up and go down the street and apply for this job. I want you to talk to this person named Kim and give her some uplifting. Okay, God. I can do that. Let me go take a shower real quick, me. I got you. Like, what do y'all do in those moments where you think God told me and it turned out this is horrible?
You know what? I'll speak for myself.
Can't be by myself.
You not,
because I'm scary. It's like bulldog as I can be. I'm actually kind of scary. Like, I'm scared. I literally fear. I have a reverent fear for God. So even though I wrestle like a lady. I'll cry. I'll get mad. I'll say I ain't talking to nobody. Like, I'll be like, I ain't talking to nobody, but nobody been not saying nothing to me. The next thing you know, all of a sudden something happens and I forgot about my plans to be stubborn. That's usually how it goes. But I'd be like, I was sure I had it in my mind to, be real hard today. And the one scripture that comes to mind that I think one thing that God does with us, He knows where we at, how we feel, our willingness to listen and obey. I don't care. That mustard seed, that 1% that you have to listen to God, that is your mustard seed. That 1%. I could be 99% my way, upset, like this ain't gonna work. But that 1%, when I hear that scripture that say, if you hear my voice today, that means right now. If you hear my voice today, do not harden your hearts. That always come to me. And then I kind of like soften up a little bit. I'm like, okay, I ain't gonna harden my heart. But I'm still not talking to nobody. Because I need now I got a reason why. Because I need some time.
Now let me ask you something. Do you explain it with all that neck? Or do you just like, can you give me some time? I need some time to myself.
I'm trying to, no, I don't do that. I don't do that with God. Your kids come to you some awesome. No.
Man. Right. Who's it? Kevin Hart? He said the girls are ready for that jump off. Them teens, the moms be ready for the teen girls to jump off. Girl, say something again, I'll slap your head between there, wash and dry. Like, wait, what?
My mother, she was quick to say, you ain't too big to get knocked down. So it's one of those things where the faith that you have. Yeah. When your heart is really touched by love. And I think that's what happens to us. God keep loving us, even though we on the edge, acting crazy, acting out, being rebellious, things that children do. But it's that love that we feel from Him in those moments that be like, I don't care if He keeps us until it comes. He'll keep you until he's like, okay, now I'm gonna show you my love. I'm gonna let you go through all this, and then I'm gonna show you, and then you're gonna feel it.
Man, that's so good.
Come on.
Look, JP. I know you got some on this. Matter of fact, I'll give you something different. Because usually we play a game at this point, but I want to be respectful of y'all time. So, talk to me about a time where, I'm trying to think, like, you got moved off of what you thought, I'm going to do this anyway. I wish somebody would tell me, and God showed up and was like, nope. Because I'll tell you, me personally, I've been having these this battle with cigarettes. Okay, sorry,
I feel that.
Falling heel over here. So Uncle has been trying to quit for the last 3 years, right?
Okay,
every week I'm done, no more. And then every time,
I got testimony for that.
Right? Look, okay, now something happens, and it could be celebratory or it could be stressful. Man, I'm going to get me some cigarettes, and I dare anybody to try to judge me.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, so
I went to a little gas station, and literally there was a real addict, I like to say, because she was on something a lot harder than tobacco. And I saw how she was treating, how she looked, and it was very sad, right? And I literally was just like, man, I can quit these cigarettes.
Right. Like
when you're face to face with something like that's a little bit more intense than your situation, it's like, you know what? I can at least walk after this food. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, talk to me about that, JP.
Okay. Ooh.
Take your time, sister.
I'm trying to find an appropriate one because I know Mason, his young ears are on.
And it's a family show.
Yeah, so but I too, real fast, I struggle with okay, all right. I'm getting the inkling in my spirit, like you can tell it because it's a partial testimony. So I struggle with marijuana. I abused it. And I told God, I said, okay, I'm going to stop smoking cigarettes first, but this marijuana, I'm going to always smoke. And I meant that thing. I was like, I'm going to always smoke this. Let Y'all, look, God got a sense of humor, okay? Because that's where we get it from, right? And so, you know what he did? He was like, nope, you're going to stop smoking weed first, and then we're going to work on you and cigarettes later. And I was like, huh? What? I was like, well, I want to stop the cigarettes now, but the marijuana I want to keep going with, okay? There's all different flavors on the market, Jesus. it's all kinds, and there's all kind of ways you could do stuff with it. I don't want to stop that. I don't want to. And so I kept going with marijuana, and he had to sit me down, and he let me know, first of all, you are using it and you're replacing this substance in replace of me. You have to remember, I'm a jealous God. I am a jealous God, and you belong to me. Oh, come on, Jesus. You belong.
Hold on now. What about organ music?
Right, like you belong to me. And this is how it's going to go. Yes, I understand that you want to stop smoking cigarettes. First, you want to stop, then you don't want to stop smoking weed. But you have to understand, what you're looking for in marijuana, you're not going to ever find it but through me. And I was like, oh, I get it. I get that now. Because I was using it as, instead of going to God for comfort and stability and talking to him really about my emotions, I would rather get high out of my mind. I'd rather get blowed and cry about it. The issue is still there. It's still ever so present. Okay, that's the whole point of me smoking, because I don't want to deal with it no more. I don't want this feeling. I don't want to deal with it. But I done smoked, and I'm still dealing with this issue. And now here I am crying. And it was like, okay, God, I got you. And then he brought the song, Jesus Will Work It Out. And when the lead, when she's like, it's this habit that I had, that I tried to break. I tried and I tried. And I just, Jesus, he can work it out. I messed up the words. And then she's like, then I gave it over to Jesus, and I stopped worrying about it. That's what I had to do. And he took the taste of marijuana away totally. And now I don't have no desire to smoke. I can be around it. I can be around marijuana. I can be around those who partake. I don't down them. I don't be like, eternal damnation, you're going to hell. No. Like, do what you do,
water, not the oil.
Yeah.
Not the oil. You can't even say oil. Not the oil.
Like, do what you do, boo. Like, I know my personal struggle with it. And I abused it. I was misusing it. I was treating it.
Right.
And he had to take that because it was an idol. Essentially, it was an idol.
Which is crazy. Anything can be for any individual.
Yes.
The key part comes in. What can I partake in where I don't cause someone else to stumble?
Right.
Like, because me and my mom, she had some back problems. I said, why are you not smoking? Just why are you not smoking? She's like, no, I would never. I was like, that's fine, but I want to be clear as to why. Right? And so we went down this rabbit hole. Why? Oh, because it's illegal. Okay, so if they made it legal, you would? Well, no, because it's wrong. Why is it wrong? Well, you know what? Smoking, impairing of the mind or something, right? It started to get a little shaky.
Yeah.
Go back far enough. This is a natural remedy. There was also a lot of hemp products, a lot of oil products that competed with paper and leather companies and things of that nature. There's a politician who decided, I'm about to lose this election. I got to make something up. So he just basically is almost like blindly pointed at a product on the shelves. That's right, kids. It was showed right next to malts and aspirin. Okay. He pointed to this thing on the shelves and said, that right there, it makes black people want to do bad, evil things. We got to save our black brothers. Right? And based on that lie, he won, and he lied so much that they made him a whole division for him. It's called the DEA.
Yeah.
And based on that lie, he kept telling bigger lies. To now, he's ran the DEA for nearly 30 years. Nearly 30 years on the lie. Creating policy, putting people in jail. Now there are more people in prison and on probation and attached to that kind of, correction than there were slaves before the Civil War. Okay?
Yeah.
So that,
well,
I hate the whys. But anyway, listen, I ain't got long-winded on here. Please go check them out. Juice Assist Podcast. More information coming soon. We got some more Juice Ladies coming soon. Yep. Juneteenth. Go ahead on and tell us a little bit more about Juneteenth and give your final shout outs and whatnots. And we'll let y'all go from there.
I'm gonna let you go, Symone. Yes, baby.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So Juneteenth, June 17th, Columbia, Tennessee. What's the name of the park?
Riverwalk
Park. It'll be food vendors. It'll be fun activities for the children. We always do art in the park. We do walk and talk on the sidewalk, all that fun stuff we could do back in the day. Good, safe music. Oh, look at that.
Safe music. And, this is last year.
Yeah, well, I mean, we did send a playlist, so I mean, I can leave them the water. I can't make them drink it, but they got it. They got the memo. So just come out with us. We'll be glad to see all of you. But I'm finna go ahead and head out again. I'm Symone. Good talking to y'all. The baby gotta change her diaper, so I'm out.
Duty call.
See you, Symone.
Thank you so much, Symone. Yeah, go ahead. Talk a little bit about Juneteenth. Miss JP, before I let you get out of here.
I'm going to reiterate. Next Saturday, June 17th, 2023, we're going to kick off at 12 noon at the Riverwalk Park in Columbia, Tennessee. Please come out and enjoy yourself. We will have free food. We will have giveaway. This year, we're going to have a mini raffle. So that would consist of 2 Juneteenth tumblers and a laundry basket with, little laundry goodies in that. They would be going at $10 a ticket, and all the proceeds will be going to Chef Jules DreamWorks Foundation. We do a lot of collaboration with Chef Jules. We do promote our community. And I definitely would love to see you guys out there. And just come enjoy yourself. Enjoy the festivities, the cakewalk, the bounce houses, art in the park, the chalk, the clothes giveaway. Hear our people come and talk, our panels, our models talk with Jasmine Armstrong. And enjoy, some love. You're going to feel love more than anything when you come to a Juneteenth event hosted by Juice Assist. So yes, I hope to see you guys out there soon. Again, my name is JP. This won't be the last that you have heard of me or Juice Assist. You guys take care. You muted, Jay-Zilla. You on mute.
Don't mute. Okay. Don't move just yet. Thank you.
Okay.
Look, she got me on camera. Got my producer in the back helping me out. See, I don't need to be pressing all these buttons. I like pressing buttons. I really do. I literally earned the nickname. Anytime we would rent a car to go to Texas, literally I'd get in there. Ooh, what does this do? What does that do? What's that? But my sisters and my mom used to call me Buttons. So yeah. This is yeah. Anywho, 3 questions, rapid fire. I mean, as much as Southerners can be rapid, you know what I mean?
I'm a Yankee by heart, though, but I get you.
A Yankee by heart?
Yeah, like I was
we
born
talking
in
about that Michigan
Detroit.
stuff.
Like, man,
Detroit
don't come
born.
for the D, bro.
Let me tell you something. Let me remind me, when were you down in the South?
I will not remind you of that
I'm just
date and
asking.
time. I'm
just
not.
asking. What,
I know where
how
this
long have you been here versus here? Oh, has it gotten that bad? Is this a protest? What's happening? Man, she is so steamed over here. She has melted her audio. Her audio, ladies and gentlemen. Let's try again. You good, JP? Check.
Oh man, you froze. What happened?
Oh, I don't know. Let's get on our end. All right. Okay. We won't mess with the D. Okay. Respect to Detroit and all y'all do up there. Actually, shout out to author Miss Taronic, who's got she's a terrific author. I am reading the book right now. Like, I'm all over the place. Anyway, 3 questions. We answer Frap yes or Frap no. Okay, it's a little game we play. All right, and producer, just to give us a quick idea of what Frap even is. There it is. So it's the F word and crap smashed together to make a more fun, family-friendly, won't get a shoe thrown at your head word. Okay, so Frap yeah or Frap no. You ready? Frap yes or Frap no? JP, you with us? You ready? Oh, she gone. I guess that's Frap no. All right, man. Listen, thanks to our guests, JP and Symone, the Juice to Sis ladies. Juneteenth is coming up this weekend. And, also Father's Day. But Juneteenth is here. It's coming. Thank you so much to our guests. Thank you so much to my producer. This was his first day doing a little test back there. A little testy test. Oh, yeah, man. We just really appreciate the ladies for stopping by. And tune in next time. Peace.
This morning, a violent weather outbreak bringing tornadoes to Florida's Atlantic coast.
Now to that urgent and massive manhunt after that deadly mass shooting near Houston. The youngest victim just 8 years old. Police say the suspect.
International High School of New Orleans is making quite an impression on the college and Bishop.
Dennis Barnes has gone into 125 colleges and universities. He's also earned millions in scholarships. As for how he did it, well, the teen is very humble and credits hard work and those around.
Tell you something, but we got to stop the violence. We got to vote. Stop the violence and vote. Because I did a show in Chicago. I mean that. Stop this violence. I was in Chicago. I did a show for Cook County Jail. And over 40% of the brothers in jail for nothing. And they had a little panel thing. We got to ask the inmates questions, So I asked the inmate. I said, hey, my brother, what you in for? He said, nothing. Brothers got this thing about being a punk. What is a punk? I never did understand that for the sake of my life. He said, nothing. That's how long you in for? He said, ever? Now, for a long time, you take the 4 off that motherfucker. I said, so what you in for? I ain't no punk. I didn't tell on my boy. I said, what, you in jail for no motherfucker? No, you ain't no punk. You a new fool. Cause I'll be dead if I serve time for any of you motherfuckers. I'll be in court just like this. Judge be like, who are you? I'll be like, punk. Your Honor, he killed that motherfucker. Shot him in the head 4 times, kicked him in the face. I tried to call you, but the line was busy. I'm ready to knock him out here.